All right. Sorry, give me a moment. Let me adjust the settings so that you guys can ask questions. Okay, that's fine. Chat everyone. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's wait for maybe 1 to 2 more minutes before we begin the live training session. All right. So yeah, just sit back, relax, and we will begin in a few moments' time. All right. Just to check, are you able to see my current screen? It says live training session. Okay, let's just begin for now. All right, hey guys, welcome back to another live training session brought to you by IronFX. All right, so yeah, today is a very today will be an informative session whereby I'll be going through with you guys the live trading session. So yes, my name is Woon Hong and I'm an investment analyst at Everest Fortune Group. And today we'll be going through charts live and to give you guys setups and make sure that you guys know what else to look for the rest of the week ahead. All right. So the agenda for today will be basically we'll be going key economic news events for this week will be USD unemployment claims, which will be happening later on actually, as well as the GBP retail sales, which will be happening tomorrow. Tomorrow in the afternoon. All right. So feel free to give me any pairs, right, for FX pairs, right? And I'll be going through DXY, gold, and oil, and also potential setups to look for today, which is later on for maybe the New York session, as well as Friday itself. Okay, so let's just go to the chart right here. All right, so we have two news events for later on, right? So this is in Singapore time. So we will have the USD unemployment claims happening later on in about 3 hours and 30 minutes time, right? So basically, for this news itself, right, if the previous data was actually negative, right, as compared to the forecast, which led to a decrease of which was good for the USD economy, because if there was a decrease in unemployment claims, means that lesser people are unemployed, right? So this if DXY goes down, then other pairs will go up. All right, but of course, as usual, it is difficult to determine whether the news will be positive or negative for DXY. So we will have to trade after the news. Okay, so in about 3 hours and 25 minutes time, please be careful of the unemployment claims news. All right. Okay, and for tomorrow, right? This week we don't really have much news, but it will be, yeah, we didn't really have much news as compared to yesterday. All right, but the last news that we have will be tomorrow, which is GBP retail sales. Okay, so for GBP retail sales, the past 3 months was actually negative, right? So this meant a decrease for GBP. Okay, because if the actual is greater than the forecast, it is good for the currency. But for August, September, and October, it was all negative. All right, so it could be negative this time around, but the forecast says that it is 0.5%, but we will have to see tomorrow at 3 p.m. Singapore time. All right. Okay, so since we have news for USD and GBP, let's focus on these two currency pairs. All right. Okay, let me shift this out of the way. Okay, can you guys, just to check, can you guys see my screen, my trading view screen? Yeah, could you guys test and see if you're able to see my screen? You can type it in the chat box below if you are able to see my screen. Okay. All right. So I see a thumbs up, so I assume you guys can see my screen, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, as mentioned previously, if you guys have any pairs that you want me to go through with you, just feel free to type it in the chat box below and I will look at it and we will go through the pairs itself. Okay. So yeah, don't be shy. Just type it in the chat box which pair you want me to go through with you guys. And I will do my best to go through with you. All right. Okay, so the first thing that we need to look at, since we have USD news later on, right? We will have to go through DXY. Okay, so the first thing that we have to look at for DXY is, let us look at the key levels that on the H4 chart. Okay, so the first thing that we can look at would be that if you were to take a look at recent price, right? We have a support level right here. Okay, so we have a support level over here. So we'll put this as our first support. All right, and the next key level that we need to look at will be your resistance level. But of course, we can see that this, remember, this level right here is a pullback resistance level, right? Because it was a support right here and price actually broke through this level of support. And after breaking through this level of support, what will it be? It will be a resistance level right here. Okay, but you can see that price is struggling to break this area right here. Okay, so if you see right here, this level, right, this level over here, it could be your first resistance. Okay, then of course we have your second resistance level over here, which is a another pullback resistance level. Okay, and usually when you see price like this, right, you see this huge impulsive move downwards, you know that price would come up to fill up this gap. If I were to show you guys an example, right, you can see right here, this gap over here, price came down, right, broke this low, and then it came up to fill this whole gap. So you guys see what I mean, right? This is called your imbalance zone. So price would usually fill up this gap. So we can see that price could potentially make a move, which is trail downwards, break this resistance, continue up, all right? Then eventually fill this gap here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. So ideally, what I'm looking at would be a bullish push for DXY, right? And if you follow market structure, right, you can see lower low, lower high, lower low. What can you expect next? Lower high, right? So this level could be violated sooner or later, possibly with the USD unemployment claims news. So what we're looking at would be positive results for the USD unemployment claims. All right, so it should be lesser than the forecast, but of course, we have to don't I would suggest not to trade during news, but to trade after news. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Of course, if price decides to break this level of support, where will we look at next? We would definitely have to look at this area whereby it is a draw on liquidity. All right, let me just highlight this point. Okay, so because this was the point whereby it had this very strong move upwards, this big green candle. Okay, so this area right here is your liquidity point. So if price decides to break this first level of support, right? Break this level of support, then price could potentially come down to this level right here, where it is a second support. Okay, so this is your charting for DXY. All right, but of course, my sentiment for DXY is mildly bullish for the news later on. All right, so let's take a look at oil and gold before we move to the Forex pairs. Okay, so let's take a look at oil. All right, so for oil, you can see right here, oil could potentially form a double bottom over here or breaking these lows. Okay, but of course, we need to look at where is the current price, right? The current price is actually retracing up a little bit, right? Ideally to this level right here before we look for sells. Okay, because if you were to take a look at the 1 hour chart, right? What can we see from the 1 hour chart? We can see your left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So what does this mean for oil? It could mean potential bearish movement, bearish continuation, right? But of course, we're on the 1 hour chart, and price could potentially break past these levels. But if you see for the H hour, for the 4H, which is the 4 hour, and the daily, we are still in a bearish momentum. So since 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily are all bearish, ideally what we're looking at would be to look for sells. So my sell zone is actually this level right here. Okay, so if I were to take a sell for oil, I will take it around 50% of this supply zone. My stops placed above this high. My target could potentially be this low right here. Okay, but this is the more optimal setup, right? Of course, another setup that you can look at would be this level right here, right? This sell zone. Okay, and then your stops placed above this high, and your target would be this low right here. Okay, so this essentially is your target for oil, right? Because we have a bearish sentiment, which is on 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Secondly, on the H1 chart, we have head and shoulders, which I showed you previously. And thirdly, we have an order block right here, which is price breaking these lows. Okay, if you zoom right here, right, this is your break of structure over here and continuing to the downside, right? So we have confirmation that this level, if price retraces up to this level right here, is a good sell opportunity. All right. Okay, and if you were to draw a Fibo, right? Let's say this candle closes. We have about let me see. We have about 43 minutes before the end of this candle closure. All right, so let's see how price would close right here, and then we can start to draw our Fibo right? So we'll draw our Fibo from this high to this low, right? And remember, where's our sell zone? Our sell zone is this level or this level right here. Okay, so we need to see how price reacts to this area. All right, so essentially, if we were to draw all fibs, right, which is the more likely outcome, right? The more likely outcome is that price could react to this 61.8%, right? Because this is the area whereby price actually broke this structure, this low right here. And then we need to highlight the two, the last up move is the order block, right? So we need to highlight the last two consecutive green candles, which are these two candles right here. Then we will filter out this 61.8%. Okay, so ideally, price could react to this level right here and then come down to break this low. Okay, so if you were to take a sell right here, if you were to take a sell right here, right, your target would be this low over here. Okay. Right, so let's take a look at some other examples. Okay, so let's take a look at gold as well. Okay, you can see that gold is not really ideal to trade right now because we can see towards the end of the year, right, gold will have interesting patterns, which is we can see it doesn't really have a clear movement. If not, I mean, price came up from this high right here, respected this pullback support, right, and then flew up, right? But for now, based on current price, right, our first support will be this low right here. Okay, what about our second support? Our second support will be this level right here. Right, essentially this level right here, where it is a pullback support level, and this is our swing low support level right here. Okay, it's both are 100 pips apart, right? Okay, but what I'm looking at, guys, right, what I'm seeing, this is my first resistance. Okay, and this is my second resistance is pretty far, right? It's pretty far from my second resistance, but we can put this as our second resistance, okay, which is our pullback resistance right here, and this is our swing high resistance. Okay, but what I'm looking at, right, is sells, okay, because I'm seeing that price had a market structure shift from here, right? Price broke this low, okay, right, with a bearish engulfing candle. All right, so what I'm looking at is price to reach this level, whereby I will start to look for sells. Okay, if I were to look for sells right here, okay, my stops will be above this high. Okay, it's about a 55 pip stop loss. My target will be just this low. Okay, but of course I will have to have lower time frame confirmations, right? Essentially, if the H4, right, this level that I'm looking at doesn't if price starts to fluctuate in this area right here, okay, let me draw my Fibo. All right, it's about the 78.6. Yeah, price could react. Let me refine to here. Yeah, price would most probably react to this level right here. Okay, and you cut your stop loss by roughly 13 pips, right? So a 43 pip stop loss for gold is actually decent with a 1:3 risk to reward ratio. All right. So we should essentially look for sells on gold, right? Short-term sells before the push upwards. All right. Since you can see right here, we are looking for DXY. We're looking for DXY to rise, right? So since we are looking for DXY to rise, if DXY rises, gold will fall, right? That's just the movement, the correlation between gold and DXY. Okay, so if DXY goes up, gold will go down. So our sentiments are actually aligned with one another. All right. So our projection is for price to react to this and come down here. All right, so you guys can feel free to take this trade if you want to, but I would say it will be a risky trade since we have the news later on. So you will have to take note of that, all right? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so these are my levels, my H4 levels. Okay, and let's see. Okay, this, yep, so this will be a slightly riskier trade. All right, let me see. Okay, so let's see for USD, right? We will look at let's see, Euro USD. Okay, let's look at Euro USD. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see that this level is my most recent high. Okay, so I should mark out my most recent high. And what about the next high that I will look at will be this level over here. Of course, we need to, instead of taking just this high, we will take this high right here because we can see that price rejected off. Then price actually respected this area multiple times. So this could be a important level of resistance for Euro USD. Okay, so this is your second resistance. This is your first resistance. All right. And what about your support? Your support levels, right? This could be this is your second support. And where is your first support? Your first support is this level right here, but we will put this as our intermediate support and this as our first support because there is a chance that price might break this area right here because it is quite weak, right? It's not a solid swing low support level. Okay, so price could potentially break this level of support right here. Okay, and if you follow market structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, price would tend to make a higher low, right? And remember what I said about filling the imbalance, right? Price could potentially fill this gap right here. Okay, doesn't have to be later on, but it could be tomorrow. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. So ideally, if price breaks these lows right here, I would look for sells. If price, okay, so I will look for sells right here. Okay, and essentially, if I were to draw my Fibo from this low to this high, okay, if we are breaking the 23.6% Fibo retracement level, price would probably come down to test the 38 or 50%. All right, so for me, if I were to trade Euro USD, I will put sell stops right here, but my sell stocks will be dangerous. So ideally what I'm looking at could be buys instead around this level right here, around this level or this level. Okay, because if we look on the daily, right, if I were to take a sell, it will be quite dangerous. But if I were to take a buy, right, if I draw my feeble from this low to this high, this area at about 61, 50% feeble, right? I could buy here, but I will have to see how price reacts to this area right here. Okay. But essentially, I would suggest to wait until price reacts to this level instead. Okay. After it fills up the imbalance, then I would take a buy position right here. And my stops can be below this low. Target will be back to this high right here. Okay, so this could be my Euro USD trade. All right, so do you guys have any pairs that you want me to go through with you? Just feel free to send it in the comment section down below and I can share with you guys, all right? If not, I will just go on to go through the other pairs, right? So for GBP USD, you can see right here that price is actually testing this level over here, where it is a pullback support level. All right, so price has actually, if I were to draw a rectangular box, right, price has already started to respect this area, but we could possibly see it break this level. All right. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. So let us plot our levels right here. Our first resistance, of course, it will be this level over here. Okay. And then our second resistance, this is, yeah, that's pretty far for our first resistance. Okay, then our, let's put this immediate support, and then your first support level right here. Okay, for GBP USD, right? Price is not looking too good because however, if we draw our projection, right, from this high to this low and this high, we can see that we have a 78.6% projection at our support level right here. And if you draw our feeble, right, price could potentially react to this 61.8% feeble retracement over here. So what I'm looking at is to take long positions at this level. Okay, stops placed below the 78.6% feeble retracement level. Take profit back at this high right here, because what we're looking at for GBP USD will be price to, from this swing low, make a high, make a low, make a high, make a low before making a higher high. Okay, so it may take slightly a bit longer. Maybe you could take this buy trade tomorrow, right, or on Monday, where it could potentially have a reversal to the upside. All right, because we have such a strong move downwards. If we look on the daily, price is trying to gain bullish momentum. If you just look at market structure itself, right, price is actually gaining bullish momentum, making higher highs and breaking structures. So we could expect price to create a bullish market structure like this. All right. Okay, so that's for GBP USD. And of course, we have the GBP news tomorrow, which will be happening tomorrow afternoon. All right. Tomorrow afternoon for me, right? 3 p.m. Singapore time. Remember, we have the GBP retail sales news, right? So price could potentially be bullish. So tonight, it could be bearish for GBP USD because if DXY goes up, GBP USD will go down. And then from there, we can look for buys. Okay. So this will be a very simple trade. Yeah. Sorry guys, don't mind my cough. Okay, so all right, so let's take a look at other pairs. Okay, GJ, right? So the yen is actually looking weak. That's why we have such a strong push for GBP JPY. Okay, so what we are looking at would be for price to retrace downwards, and then we look for buys, right? Same concept as GBP USD. Okay, so if you were to draw a Fibo from, let's see, yeah, so we have a 23.6% Fibo retracement level. Okay, from this low to this high, and 50%. Okay, so this level right here, right, on the 4-hour, this 50% Fibo is our 4-hour Fibo, and this 23.6% is our daily Fibo level. Okay, so we have Fibo confluence here to take buys, right? Of course, if you were to go 38.2 and this is our Fibo confluence level right here. Okay, so if price were to come down to this level right here, then we can look for buys. So if you were to ask me where should my take profit and stop loss be, my stop loss will be below this low right here. My take profit will be this target right here. Okay, so of course you can limit your stop loss, but for me, I would tend to give it more space to breathe. I can just use a smaller lot size, but to secure this trade itself. Okay, because my bias is of course bullish rather than bearish. Because on the daily, we've broken this high, which we are bullish right now. On the weekly, we are also bullish, right? So price could actually look to take out this high right here. Okay, so you can see, right, the place, the marker that I've marked out, this liquidity area right here is exactly where price could tend to look to break, right? Okay, so from here, we are looking for buys, right? No sells, because sells will be dangerous for us. All right, so you can see right here, price is slowly starting to come down. Could potentially create a pattern right here, whereby it is a, yeah, you can see if price starts to fluctuate within this area, okay, then we can start to look for the breakout to the upside. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at for GBP JPY. Okay, so it is quite a simple and straightforward trade, right? You can see right here, price could potentially create these movements. Okay, and what we're looking at is buys. All right, same as our GBP JPY analysis. Oh, sorry, same as our GBP USD analysis, which we are looking for buys. Then we are looking for buys right here. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. GBP JPY. Yeah, so essentially what we're looking at will be this. Okay, so yeah, what is next? Let me see any potential setups for the rest of the week. Uh, let's see. Tuesday. Price broke this high. Yeah, price could potentially reach this first resistance level over here. All right, so we can take this out. First support shall be this area. All right, second support will be this level over here. All right, so let us put this as our support, our intermediate support, because price could break this intermediate support and hit to the upside. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we're looking at, and then from this first resistance area we can try to look for sells. Okay, so because if we go to daily, right, where is this first resistance? It is right over here. So let me just highlight this area instead. Okay, so this is our levels, our sell zone right here. Okay, this is definitely our sell zone. All right, if I was to sell right here, I would take a sell entry over here. My stops placed above this high, right? And then my target will be this low right here. Okay, and of course I'm on the daily, so if you were to look at 4-hour, right, 4-hour, this is quite a big level, whereby it is about 67 pips, right? So you may ask me why this sell zone, because this level, price acted as a resistance, price broke past, acted as a support, right? Broke past. So support, once it is broken, what will it be? It will become a resistance level. All right, so this is a strong level to look for sells. Okay, so, and my stops are placed above this level right here, because to give it space to breathe, instead of right here, I will give it roughly about 10 pips space to breathe, and my target will be for price to, it will be a good reversal trade if you were to ask me, right? It will be a great start for a reversal to the downside, to prepare for New Year's, right? Okay, so it's very unlikely that price will reach its all-time high unless the yen increases, right? But if price was to if yen decreases all the way, then price could fly all the way up here. Okay, just remember that if there are negative news on the yen currency, then price could rise all the way to this level right here, reaching its all-time high. Okay, so just to take note of that. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What other pairs? We have GBP. Let's see GBP AUD. Okay, so for GBP AUD, this is fine. Um, let's take a look. First resistance should be right about here. Second resistance don't have to be too far. Second resistance right here. Okay, so my second support is not here. Second support is right about here. Let's see. Yep, this is a stronger support level. How many pips is this? 80. Okay. Second support. Okay, so GBP doesn't really look that good, so I would dodge this pair. GBP CAD. GBP CAD looks like nice buys right now over here. I'll say it could be a risky position, right? Let's see if it lines up. 61.8%. Okay. This level right here could be your buy zone. All right, so let's see what else. Second support, first support. This could be, yeah, but my resistance level is so far. How many pips is this? Is this 200? 150 pips. Okay. Oh, if I were to take a buy right now, right? My stops place below right here. Targets, of course. Okay. There actually could be potential for sales right here. Let's see. Oh, sorry, buys over here, not sales, right? Because our bias is bullish. Okay, so oh, this would have been a pretty decent trade, but we have missed our optimal entry. Okay, let's take a look at GBP CHF. Oh, GBP CHF actually looks decent right here with potential sell. Let me see. Let's see seconds. First support. No, this is my second resistance. Sorry, let me see how many pips is this. 70, okay. Let's see. Let's see, let's see. Okay, but GBP CHF is giving me bearish momentum, right? It's because of this market structure right here, right? So what I'm looking at is for price to actually come down. But for GBP AUD, it's giving me, let's see, GBP CAD, bullish. GBP CHF, bearish. Let's see. Okay, interesting. I would dodge GBP CHF for now. Let's see EUR GBP. Whoa, price created this week just now. Sorry, give me a second. Let me see what this week is all about. Okay. Price reacted to this level right here. Okay, because this is a strong level of resistance. Okay, price rejected off this strong level of resistance and is reacting to this level right here. Now, let me take this out. Let's see. Now, there isn't really a level whereby we can use FIBO. But this is a nice support level. GBP just looks confusing. It reacted so nicely to this overlap resistance right here, but it is acting see there isn't really a proper support level that I would put at, right? I could put it right here if I were to put it because price reached this area, break pass, and then reacted twice at least. So is sometimes we don't really have a choice, so we can put this as our intermediate support just in case price breaks this level over here. And then yeah, this is essentially what we're looking at for EUR GBP. I wouldn't really trade this pair because it just looks a bit off to me, if you ask me, right? Right now, okay, so price looks bearish. Sorry, bullish, right? Market structure, possibly do this before going up further, right? But of course, price created wicks both at the top right here and at the bottom. So we can't really say for sure, right, where price might go, but I will say our sentiment is bullish. All right. Because for GBP CAD, we are bullish as well. GBP, let's see, GBP. EUR GBP, we should be bearish until price comes down to this level over here. Okay, so yeah, price bearish first, and then we will look for buys. All right. So since you already missed these sells over here, then I'll suggest not to trade EUR GBP for the time being. Okay, but what I've shown you would be for gold, right? Sells for gold. USD buys over here. GBP USD buys over here. What else? GBP JPY buys over here, right? So yes, essentially those are the four trades that I'm looking at. I wouldn't want to look at too many, because if I were to look at too many, it will actually mess with me a little bit, right? What if one doesn't correlate with the other properly, right? Then I will be a mess, right? So I will avoid to have incidents like this where I'm over trading too much. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at these pairs. Right, US 500. First resistance, US 500. Second strong resistance right here. Okay. Then, but these are very close together, right? Just that, yeah. Okay, first support. We shall place it right here. Second support. This is the problem that we have. The second support could be right here, right? Because we have resistance levels over here. Price break pass could act as a support. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, so essentially what I'm looking at will be this. What else? Okay, price doesn't line up with my Fibo, so I'll leave that out. Okay, US 30. Reaching a major resistance level as well, right? We could see potential downward movement from here. Oh, it's so strong, right? This whole level right here. And then our second resistance would be this level. Okay, right? Overlap resistance, and then multi-swing high resistance. All right, then for our support, this could be our pullback support level right here. Okay, and another support level will be this multi-swing low support level. Okay, so essentially this is my US 30 trade, right? And it lines up very nicely with the 23 and 50% Fibo retracement. Okay, so I will take buys instead of sells, because sells just will be going against the trend right now, so I don't really want to look for sells. All right, yeah, so that's all from, yeah, that's about all the different pairs, right? So I've went through Euro USD, GBP USD, US 30, right? If I were to take buys, it will be right here, take buys. But my stops will have to be pretty big, so I will keep it at right here. My take profit is this level over here. One is the 3. Okay, then I've also went through GBP, JPY, right? And let's see, EJ. No, EJ I have not, right? So only those pairs that I've mentioned to trade, you should take a look at those. Okay, all right. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for being attentive and attending this live trading session. All right, I hope you guys learned something new and how to analyze the markets with a broader view. All right, so yes, so remember, stay safe, trade safe, and also to take note of the news that will be happening to later on and tomorrow as well. Okay, so thank you guys, and I will end off this session. All right. All right. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next session. All right. Bye-bye.